Hi guys, Jessica here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my must-have items for beginner photographers. So maybe you just bought your first camera and you don't know where to go from there. What other items do you need? Don't worry, I got you. Trust me, I know how confusing and overwhelming it is, picking out, the lenses and the accessories, all that stuff. So I thought I would make a list of things that I thought have been helpful, especially when I was a beginner, things that I used a lot. So I made a list, let's go over it. Before I get into the list, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. So the first thing I'd recommend to have in your kit is at least one prime lens and one zoom lens. Now, if you have no idea what the difference between these two are, let me explain. So zoom lenses, it's in the name, they zoom. You can stand in one spot and then you can get a really close shot or you can get a really wide shot depending on the focal length that you have. These are really handy to have for weddings, when you're not able to get really close, like let's say it's the ceremony and you have to stay in one spot. Zoom lenses are great because again, you can zoom in, you can get a really close shot, and then at the same time you can get a really wide shot of the bride and groom there. So these are great to have in your kit. The prime lenses are at a fixed focal length, meaning that they just don't zoom. So just think of it like close one of your eyes and then whatever you see in your eye, like if I wanted to see like this tree closer, I would physically have to get up and move closer to the tree to be able to see it closer. That's kind of how the prime lenses work. Prime lenses are great because they let in more light, therefore you can get a nice creamy light picture. All the pictures that you see that have 100,000 notes on Tumblr, all that's reblogs, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is anymore. Reblogs, retweets, all that stuff, all that stuff. I will say if you're a beginner and you just want to take pictures for fun, get one prime lens and you're good to go. This one's the 51.4. You'll be solid. You're gonna love this lens, and you can find it so cheap on eBay, online used, so would definitely recommend this one. If you want to go into weddings, 100% would recommend having one of each at least, because you need that variety, you need that versatility. And I'm constantly changing lenses on a wedding day. I made a video actually where I talk about my favorite lenses and cameras for beginners. I'll link it up here and you guys can check that out. The next one is a must-have. You guys, I will not go anywhere without these. You need the lens wipes and the lens cleaners. You want to make sure that your lenses are clean, they don't have fingerprints, smudges. Look, it can affect how you take the picture because then you're gonna have a bunch of smudges and then your lens might be foggy when you're trying to take the picture. It's not as clear because you got a bunch of fingerprints on, you know what I mean? So always make sure that you're cleaning it. I love these lens wipes. They're from Zeiss. I have literally 2 full boxes of these. I would 100% recommend these. I use them for my glasses too. They're great lens cleaners, so I just kind of, wipe my lenses down with them very gently and I'm good to go. Get a little cleaning cloth like this. Look, get one of these, literally just these 2 and you're good to go. You don't need to, I need literally $3. I just got this because I'm blind, I can't see, so I have glasses. So just get yourself some of these. So that leads me to my next point, having an extra cover for the back of your lens, because sometimes I have lost mine and you definitely do not want to have this exposed. The last thing you want is dust or other things to compile onto the back of the lens. You just don't want it. You always want to keep it covered from the back and from the front. So you always want to keep a spare. I bought these off of eBay for like a couple dollars. So I have a couple spares of these and I always just keep them covered at all times. Again, from the front and the back. That is so important, you guys. Take care of your gear. Like mine, I like to just keep mine in pristine because I take care of this better than I take care of myself. Before I brush my eyebrows or take a shower, you know that this is gonna be covered and this backside is gonna, we're protecting this at all costs. I am the secret service of this, the lens. Yeah. The next thing I can recommend are chandelier crystals or prisms. I don't even know where my prism is, but I'll have the link down below. You can check it out. They all make such a cool effect in front of your lens. Like I'll show you this chandelier crystal. It's kind of iridescent too. Placed in front of my lens, that's the kind of effect that it gives. A lot of photographers use this. I remember when I first started, Literally everybody had one of these. Like, I think all the photographers were buying these off of eBay. Like, whenever the sellers would get another order, they'd be like, those photographers, they're ruining our chandeliers. Everybody who had missing crystals in their chandeliers are just like over there like, don't let them do it. Look at this. It's great. Don't you want more than one of yourself? How y'all doing? And please listen to this, you guys, please. The next must-have item is an extra battery. Now listen, please listen to me, especially if you're doing weddings, okay? You need an extra battery. Actually, I have like 4 extra batteries, to be honest with you, and I always charge them. I just like to have spares because the last thing you want is your camera to die on a very important photo shoot, at an event. It's not a good feeling, okay? Once the battery dies, there's nothing you can do. Even if you have your charger, you gotta sit there and charge it for like 15 hours. I don't know how long, you know what I mean? Like, who has the time? By the time it charges, the event's over. Everyone went home. You're fired. Invest in it. I promise you, it's worth every penny. Just get the extra battery. Just do it. No matter how responsible you think you are, you're gonna have a day where you wake up and you forgot to charge your battery the night before and you have an event and, you know, you're in trouble, basically. So I would just suggest buy it now, buy it to begin with. If you're shooting weddings, you're shooting events, just have an extra battery. Be responsible, unlike me. I learned the hard way. The next thing I would recommend is a photography reflector. It's actually one of the first accessories that I bought when I first started. I saw that everyone else was using one and I'm like, okay, like this is like, you know, a trendy photography product, so I went ahead and bought one on eBay. Yo, I'm not playing around. I'm about to open this reflector up so I can show you guys how much you need it. That literally just didn't even make my point stronger. Okay. You want to be careful opening these reflectors because you open it on somebody, I mean, it's over. Emergency room. So this reflector, okay, it has gold. Okay, this is a gold side. It has black here, and then we have silver. So all you gotta do is just like zip it out and then just kind of, it's like a pillow. You just put the cover over, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna explain. I'm bad at explaining things. This is just gonna give you some extra light. Like as you can see, it's bouncing back some light and you can kind of place it under the model. So, I mean, we're doing a photo shoot right now. Hey guys. My least favorite thing about this is that you kind of need a friend to hold it for you. And those are hard to come by these days. So, you know, usually I won't be able to use this because I don't have any of those. Okay, it's fine. Don't feel sorry for me. Honestly, it's fine because I have 10 villagers in Animal Crossing that I'm taking care of and they care about me and they want to hang out with me all the time. Okay, it's fine. They don't even show you how you're supposed to like put this back in the bag. It's like a whole science. Okay, that's not it. It's a skill. So the next thing I'm gonna recommend, you don't necessarily need, but it's so much fun to have, especially if you wanna do more artsy photography, this iridescent wrapping paper, and I got this from like a craft store. So I tore off a piece and I'm gonna show you guys. When I put it close to my lens, it kind of does something like this. And I think it's so cool and it's so light. You can literally stuff it in your pocket and then take it out and you're good to go. You can, it's like a little pop of color. Maybe you want to do video. I mean, look at this. You just kind of move it back and forth and it creates some really cool effects. The next thing is a tablet for retouching. This is so essential, especially if you're gonna be going down the road of like portrait photography or even like beauty macro shots, like where it's super close up. Eventually you're going to need a retouching tablet like this. It just makes things so much easier. It makes the retouching process smoother rather than using a mouse. Listen, I've used a mouse, I've used my touchpad to retouch. I've been there, done that, and this has been the easiest thing for me. It's a little bit of a learning curve, like a baby learning curve, but it's so much fun to use. And for retouching, it's essential to me. So, I mean, you're gonna have to eventually learn it, so why not just learn it from the beginning, you know what I mean? So I would recommend this. This one is the Wacom Bamboo tablet. It's a CTL 4100. So if you want to know the one that I use, you can buy them online, used. They're fairly inexpensive. They last a while. So it's definitely worth the investment. If you're somebody who is maybe more of a hobbyist and you're not looking to retouch your pictures, you'll be fine. But if you want to do the retouching and all that stuff, check one of these out. They will be very, very helpful. If you want to start a photography business, like that's your goal, you want to shoot weddings, you want to do events, you need an on-camera flash. It is important to have one because for any reason, like something comes up and it's dark and you don't have available light and you don't have time to set up a light, you just, pop it on to your camera and you're good to go. So having a flash is important. I shoot so many weddings with this exact flash, and I just can't imagine shooting a wedding without it. This is the Pro Photo one. It is very expensive. You can 100% find many good flashes that are a little bit cheaper than this one. So, I encourage you guys to go check them out. Go look up different types of flashes. This is just the one that I prefer. It is the A1 Pro Photo. Again, it's more on the expensive side. So I totally understand if you don't want to get this one. Beginner me would also be quickie. So I understand that something like this would not be in the budget of many beginner photographers, but don't worry because there are so many products out there, different brands that offer different types of flashes that will fit into your budget. Another must-have for photographers would be a beautiful website to display your work, and that brings me to the sponsor for today's video, Squarespace. Squarespace is actually the perfect sponsor for today's video. I feel like it just fits in perfectly with all the things that I would recommend, especially to beginners. If you're looking to start a business and you want to shoot more weddings, you want to do more family pictures, you want to do more senior pictures, having a website to display that work, to show to prospective clients is so important. First impressions say it all. You want to have a website that's going to show off your work in the best way possible. You also want to have a website where people can contact you. And Squarespace has all of that. You can have a contact form. You can have a calendar so that people can see your availability. You can have an About Me page. And most importantly, Squarespace has beautiful galleries. They have carousels. You can show before and afters. And they're so easy to make too. You don't have to be a professional coder and all of that to be able to use this platform. It's all in one. They have so many beautiful templates. Let's say you want to switch it up for a certain client. They have so many different templates to choose from. And that's why I would recommend it to photographers especially. It's important to have a professional looking website to show your clients. Your work is displayed professionally. You have your packages on there, your pricing. All the information is going to be on this website. Maybe it'll be the first point of contact. You want it to have a good impact on potential clients. So having a website is so important. You can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Jessica and use my offer code Jessica for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. 100% recommend it. Check it out. It's gonna make your work look beautiful. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be so much more confident with a beautiful website. Check it out. All the information is gonna be in the description. So with that, let's go on to our next point. The next thing is a stool. If you're doing portraits, headshots, this is gonna be so great. I find that people can model for portraits a little bit better on a stool versus a chair. Chairs have these backings on it. People kind of lean back. When you have a stool, people are kind of forced to have a little bit of posture, because you can kind of direct them a little bit better. And stools are, you can buy them just you could buy them at Target, whatever. Does Kroger have a stool? Probably, man, they got everything, right? They got lettuce, tomatoes, stools, napkins, chips, so. And also you don't get that weird backing in the picture when you back up a little bit. So get the stool. The next thing that you will need are card readers. Just buy them now, you guys. Don't even waste your time. Just do it. Literally, just put them in your cart right now on Amazon or wherever and buy them now, because there's no way that you're going to have a good day when your cards are all mixed up in your bag and you end up losing one because you lost track of them. Having something like this is very organized. This one is weather sealed, I believe. It'll keep your cards protected, rain or shine. It keeps them organized. And for me, one little trick I do is when I'm shooting weddings, when I'm done using a card, what I'll do is just flip it over like this so that I know this is a card that I've already used, and I'll have them numbered So, you know, when you're in a rush, especially during weddings, and you got like 3 seconds to change your card because your card is now full, you know, I'll know that this is used and this is a fresh card. So I just take it, close this up, put it in my bag, and I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about where my cards are, like it's stuffed in the crevice of like, you know, a little crack in my photography bag, all that. I don't have to worry about that. So just have a card holder. These are 2 that I've got, and I'll have the links down below for these. Must have for photographers, period. Buy it now. If you want though. If you want, you don't need this, but it's fun to have. And I wish I knew more about this kind of stuff, like lens filters. You can buy these. This one's actually a star filter, which is so cool. I use this in Japan at night. Oh my god, amazing. The coolest shots. So I'll show you what this one does. Again, it's not a necessity, but if you're wondering what's out there, stuff like this is. Let me show you. Where's the okay, here we go. So I'm gonna turn on these fairy lights, which also I would recommend to photographers. These are really cool to use. You can kind of get creative with this, you know, stuff like that. This is nice to have. So let me show you what this filter does. So the lights are, as you can see, and then when I put this filter over it, it kind of makes it into little stars. So it's cool. It's a cool thing to add to your kit. As you can see, you can do some cool stuff with it. If you're looking to do more creative photography, these are 2 really good options. Not necessities. You don't absolutely need these. You can live without these. I'll be fine going to sleep at night without this. So that's the end of the list. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I would love to thank you guys for watching.